Well, chatting Chit with the return. I've jumped in at the right time. Stoke City 0, Millwall 0. I think I've had glimpses of the last few games, not really had to watch them all. I've been busy with a newborn, and he takes a lot of my attention. I think he's done that for the good reasons, really. He started whinging all day today as well. I think he's had an eye on the game. It really was one absolutely awful match. Like, really awful. We had two shots in the whole game. I think one of them slapped off Cooper's head and it weren't even a shot. And then the one at the end, if we nicked that, we wouldn't have deserved it at all. Probably would have made up for the Huddersfield penalty from last week, which they probably think they're pinched. But I mean, come on, this was, well, I said it to the boys in the group, this wasn't two awful teams going at it. This was two awful teams that just so happened to be on the same pitch at the same time, not even going through the motions. It was really quite shocking. I think there's League One teams that are probably watching that thinking, you know what, we wouldn't mind having a crack at the Championship. It is unbelievable. I'm not even trying to be negative or being exaggerative and over the top. It was just lack of quality. Final third was terrible. The referee was typical Millwall ref. That there's no point in going into the rest because we get them all the time. You've got to battle that. I mean, their goalie didn't have anything to do apart from the 95th minute. Says it all. We're not creating anything. One thing that Edwards has brought in, we're working higher up the pitch. But, like, you know, today, if you're not creating anything, what's the point? Nisbet looked like he was already on the Christmas break. It didn't look like he was interested at all. If the ball weren't 2 yards anywhere near him, he wouldn't move, weren't running the channels. My dad said, does he look like he's frustrated and fed up already? Well, it don't matter if you're frustrated and fed up. You still got to put a shift in. Yeah, you're probably figuring it out, the difference in levels between the rest of the Scottish Premier League away from the old firm and, you know, everywhere else. I just think, you know, we need a lot of changes in January. I didn't want to be too downbeat when we beat Sheffield Wednesday. Wow, like I said, don't get over the top with this. Don't get too carried away. They were terrible themselves. They only won one game up to that point, I think, themselves. So we need to give this guy a January transfer window and a pre-season. That's if we're still in this division. Obviously, he's never managed at this level before. He's been assistant manager at a really good, decent level. He's been the under-19s, under-20s manager for England, which means that he has been only dealt with elite young stars and technically and physically fit athletes. He's not had to deal with trying to get a tone out of Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Billy Mitchell, Leonard, Bradshaw. You know, these are not technical players. These are guys that give everything, but are going to fall short if they're going to have, you know, a technical battle. You know, and we're seeing it now where, you know, still when teams know what they're doing, like Leicester, I think there's times you're on the edge of your seat. Ipswich, you're just on the edge of your seat thinking, we're going to get absolutely rolled here. You know, there's no fight there anymore. There's no urgency. The energy's not quite there. But they're not his players. It's not any better than it was under Rowett. We still haven't got a target man to get us a little bit of thrift up front. When you know, sometimes you have to clear your lines. I think the biggest issue for me is the last decade, we've never really quite worked it out. How anytime we throw a ball in the box, why we're not only in one in the edge of the box. It keeps on going into this little pocket and there's no battle there, even a 50-50. You know, for the last few weeks, time and time again, I've looked up and it's just ball in the box, goes up in the air, edge of the box. The other, you know, the opposition we're playing, just pick it up, 10 yards of space, bring it down and play it. But can't you just get someone to be on that edge of the box? Even if it's just, a 50-50 battle, there's going to be times it's going to come down, you're going to be there to, you know, Saville scored a great goal against Sheffield Wednesday, edge of the box. We haven't seen it since. It's unbelievable. You know, I think one really good ball we had, Norton Cuffy put the ball in. Nisbet and Honeyman didn't even bother trying to break their neck to get in front of the defender. It just seems to be this whole lack of energy. There's nothing to get you excited about, is there? Let's face it. I said, like, Huddersfield, then Stoke away, QPR at home. I think Plymouth at home after that. You know, there's games we've got to win. Like, no disrespect to the other teams. You've got to go in there and win it. I think the 3 games here, Huddersfield, Stoke, and then QPR. They're 3 games where I think 7 points, 2 home wins, maybe excepting a draw away to Stoke. where do you go? I mean, when did I become so negative? You know, I just think they've got to do a lot in January. Really do. The new chairman's got to really sit down and be smart. I don't think we're going to have a lot of money to just throw out and go, here's 5 million here, 5 million there. But we do need either the manager's got to change the way he goes about and adjust to the players he's got, or we need to overhaul so that we can get the players that he wants to play. Because right now, I don't see what the plan is. Again, this is what you go over my videos, and there's a lot over the years where I said, what's the plan? So your guess is good as mine. But other than that, 3 points off relegation going into Christmas. Merry Christmas. Have a happy New Year, and I'll rant again later. Come on, you Lions.